Papa's Mocharia, the latest Papa's game by Flipland Studios. If you're here, you've probably played the game and have realised it can be very hard at the best of times. Well, today, I'm going to show you tips and tricks you can use to hopefully better yourself at the game and even get a perfect score. Tip number 1, Brew Station. The milk and coffee is relatively easy to perfect, although some milks can be harder to do perfectly than others, such as the soy milk or skim milk. For the coffee, I highly recommend buying the coffee machine upgrade as it makes the green bar bigger, making it very hard to miss and basically guaranteeing you a perfect press. For the milk, you have to eye it off as best as possible. Try and release the bun as soon as you see the top of the milk reach the bottom of the line. It's very tricky to get it right on the line, and you won't know if it's 100% until you've served it to the customer. If you think you've gone under or over, feel free to try it again until you're happy with it. Tip 2, Build Station. The build station is arguably one of the hardest parts of the game, but can become the easiest if you know how to do it. All you have to do is centre every ingredient. You can do this by using the dark line going through the middle of the cup as a marker. Just centre the ingredients as best as possible over this line and do the order as normal. As long as the ingredients are somewhere within the line, you should get a perfect score. As with the milk and coffee though, you won't know if you've done this 100% until you serve it to the customer. Tip number 3, Topping Station. The cannolis are the most difficult part of the topping station. Just like with the build station, the key to getting a perfect cannoli is centering the cream and topping. Once again, you have to eye the cream over the centre of the shell as best as you can, but this time it's a bit more obvious whether you've done it right or not. If there's a gap on the top or bottom of where the cream is, it's off centre and you should try it again. If you can't see any gaps between the shell and cream, that's when you know you've done it well. For the toppings, I actually aim just above the centre of the cream. To do this, try and centre the toppings over the cream and then aim it ever so slightly further up. The toppings should look evenly spread over the cream, no big gaps on the bottom or top. If it looks like they're further up or down on the cream, feel free to try it again. Now onto the toppings for the coffee. The key to this too is centering everything. If an order has whipped cream for example, you can still use the dark line in the middle of the cup as a marker or just eye it off. It isn't a big deal if the cream is more to one side, as long as the majority of it is in the middle of the cup, your score will be fine. For the syrups and other toppings, you can start them wherever you want on the top of the cup. You just need to drag them all along it and try and cover as much of the coffee as possible. There will be little gaps here and there, but that won't affect your score. Tip number 4, Waiting Station. If you're still struggling to get 100% in the waiting station, there are a few things you can do to try and give yourself more time. You can try to do everything more efficiently and quickly, but don't try and rush things too much as it could mess up your score. I recommend buying lots of items for your lobby, such as posters and tables, as they greatly increase your waiting score, giving you a lot more time to complete your order. That's it for this tips and tricks guide for Mocharia to go. I hope you will find these tips useful and can use them yourself to make the game a lot easier and get perfect scores. Comment below if you enjoyed this video and if you like the editing and format for it. Also, feel free to comment if you'd like to see a part 2 or if there is another game you'd like a guide on. Thank you!